Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Drutube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Money is a great thing to focus on because if you can get it, it will change your life and make you happy. Let's talk about it. A lot of people say money does not make you happy. It won't. But I thought you just said money, if you get it, it'll make you happy if you're already a happy person. Because one thing about money, it's an amplifier. One thing about money is it's going to already make you more of what you already are. So if you're already a happy person that enjoys life, all money is going to do is make you more of a person that could be happy and enjoy life. All right. So if you want to enjoy your life, why don't you focus on something that'll bring you some enjoyment? Okay. There's plenty of things that bring us enjoyment. Other people, being able to travel places, being able to acquire things, right? Those are things that bring happiness into our lives. Those are things, they aren't the only thing. Okay, I'm not saying that's the only thing. All right, gotta clarify that. But money, you can't deny, is feel good. You can't deny the feel good energy of money. Okay, you can't deny how money makes you feel. You work hard all week. You work hard for those 2 weeks. All right, you work hard to get that salary, and when you get it, you don't feel bad, right? Only if it's about to go all to take care of some things and you don't have any left. But I can make videos about that too, because that's not a laughing matter. All right. You might want to laugh at it to alleviate some stress because it's real, but there are other ways to alleviate yourself from having to go through that as well. And if you'd like to talk about that, feel free to email me and I can help discuss with you some ways on how to improve and how to increase your income. All right. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. But money and the getting power of money, it all has to do with your awareness. If you are aware of yourself as being rich, then you're going to be a rich person. If you're aware of yourself as being poor, you're going to be a poor person. A lot of people don't want to focus on money because they're not thinking about it correctly and they don't really know how money works. You have to change your mind about anything that you want in your life before it can start to come on into your life. Because if you have any negative idea about it, or if you have an idea about it to where you don't think you can have it, or if you don't think you can get it, or you don't, or you think that it's hard to get. All right. If anything in your life that you think is hard to get, you're going to make hard to get. Anything in your life. If you think friends are hard to get, you're not going to have any friends. All right. If you think if you think anything is hard to get, you're not going to be able to get it. That's down to a job. That's down to people, friends. That's down to items. Like say you try to go get a pair of pants or something like that, and you say, "Man, I can't never find my size." You'll never be able to find it. Like the Bible says, life and death is in the tongue. When you speak certain things into existence, it makes it hard for you to acquire what you desire. And it's just a real deal spill about it, right? If you say, "Man, I can't never find me a place," or "Man, it's been hard to find a place," anybody that says it's hard to do this or it's hard to do that, like down to the scientific, the physical level, forget all the spiritual stuff. If you tell yourself that something is going to be hard for you to do, I'm pretty sure you could look up a video right now on the mind where somebody did like a test to where someone thought something was easy and something thought something was hard. And I guarantee you there is better results for the person who thought that what they were trying to do was easy versus the person who thought what they were trying to do was hard. The person who thought what they were trying to do was hard, I guarantee you their results weren't the same as the person who said, "You know what? I can do this. This is easy." It's a difference in mindsets. It's a difference in your mindset that will create a difference in your life and how things come into your life and how you acquire what you desire. All right. So if you focus on, like, a lot of people don't like to think about money because they see it as something that's hard to get. Money is no different than water. Money is no different than air. Money is no different than anything out in nature. It's made of paper. All right. Is you can find gold in the ground, right? That's a currency. You can find jewels in the ground, right? Diamonds, rubies, sapphire, jade, all things that you could trade for money. So that is a resource. Money is no different than those things. All right. And in certain times, those resources were used as money. People traded. All right. One time salt was money. All right. So they have people programmed to think that money, there's not an endless supply of money, but there is. One time salt was used as money. One time what they call them, puka shells or something like that. Those shells were used as money, right? So it's really up to the individual, and it's really up to your mind and how you think about money. If you think any down to anything, this goes for anything. If you think that anything is hard to get, you're not going to be able to get it. It's going to be hard for it to come into your life because your mind is you're putting up mental blocks. Whatever you put up a mental block for, it's going to be difficult, and it's not going to be able to come into your life like that. It may not be coming how you want it to come because you still have to work on your mind. But when you work on your mind, you'll start to see it flowing into your life. And the better you get at it, the easier it gets, and the more of it is going to flow into your life in larger amounts and in greater amounts. And this is how people become successful, by changing their mindset on money. All right. But that was just a little bit on that, because that's not really what this video is about. But I just had to touch on that because a lot of people don't like to think about money. All right, they don't want to think about it because they have negative feelings associated with it. Because when they get it, their whole check goes to their bills and things like that. Or when they get it, they have to use it for the things that they need to pay for this, to pay for that, take care of their family, take care of themselves, get things they need, and then it's gone. But if you continue to view it like that, if you continue to see it like that, that's going to be your reality with it. So it's really up to you and how you look at it. But people only look at money on the physical level. All right, they only look at money on the physical level. When you look at it on a spiritual level, and you see your money, your energy as something that never runs out. If you see your money as something that never runs out, it's going to continuously be able to flow into your life because there's no mental block set up. Anything that you set up a mental block for is going to be hard to get. Down to anything, down to your favorite snack at the grocery store. If you were to affirm that, I can't never find my snack. When you go to the store, it's going to be all sold out. It's going to be all bought up. You're going to be going in the store. It's going to be one on the shelf, and somebody's going to beat you to it, and you're not going to be able to get it. So it really boils down to how you look at it, how you feel about it, how you think about it. And that's what is going to determine how much of it you actually have in your life and how much you're actually getting in your life. People may look at somebody that says they know something about money, and because they don't see them with a whole money phone up to their ear, they might think that a person doesn't know what they're talking about. But God knew. He said that, like, that's why God put in the Bible. He said, unless people see like works and wonders, they're not going to believe. All right, that's not the exact scripture, but there's a verse that says, like, that talks about people, and it says how they need works and wonders to believe what a person is trying to explain to them. And unfortunately, a lot of people need to see somebody with money before they're able to believe them and what they're talking about and what they say. And I understand that. All right, it makes sense. It's like, well, if you say this, if you say that, where's the money? Show me the money. All right. People like hard, concrete evidence. People like proof. But for people who understand, all right, they're like, yo, it's only a matter of time because this person is using these certain universal principles that you can be found in the Bible. All right. According to your belief, so be it unto you. It's certain things that people can think, and it's certain things that you could say, which will create a feeling within you to allow the money to just come into your life and to flow into your life and to be a part of your life like how you want it to be. But yo, people don't believe. They think money is hard to get because their whole life they've heard, well, money doesn't grow on trees. We're not rich. Uh, you got to work hard for money. Like these are all things that people have taken in. And it's like you can work hard at something that you love. You don't have to work hard at something that you hate. And when you work hard at something that you love to do, of course, there are going to be times of difficulty, times of uncertainty. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows, but it's going to be, it can be easy. Making money can be easy. Once you figure out your system, once you figure out a way to do it and you keep implementing those same ways, it becomes easy to get it. You just have to create a system for getting it, just like with anything else. All right. You have to create a system in your life so for it to be able to come into your life. Somebody that starts a business, it's not going to be easy at first, but once they get their system with that business, once they figure out what their clients need, or once they figure out what their what do they call it, what their customers want, all right, they may want to cook spinach quiches and parfaits and what do they call those things when you when you get too loud around them and they sink in or whatever those things are called. Somebody put that in the comments. All right. They may want to cook those things, but the person may want they may want some fried fish, they may want some fried flounder, some French fries, they may want some turkey burgers. Okay. They may want some potato salad. They may want some sweet potato pie, stuff like that. So if you find out what your customers want and you start to hook it up and still have your little healthy whatever on display or whatever you want to cook, but you still, if you find a way so if you find a way to give your customers what they need, if you find a way to serve your customers, if you find some way to provide to something to people, if you find a service or something that you can give, something that you can do that helps people, that makes people feel good, that make people want to support you, that make people want to be a part of what you're doing, you're creating a system for yourself for money to come into your life. All right, because in order to have money come into your life, in order to become a billionaire or a millionaire, people say that you have to find a way. How can I serve a million people? How can I help or serve a billion people? And that's what I've always heard people say when I was studying people who were successful, who already had their business, who already had a lifestyle that I saw myself living, that I already saw with money coming into their life. All right. I always heard them say that if you want to be a millionaire, how could you have to learn how to serve a million people? Or one person said, if I want to be a millionaire, how can I help a million people? What can I provide to a million people? So making money is a wonderful thing, and it's a great thing. It doesn't have to be a evil thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just that the way people perceive it and the way people look at it, people think that you have to slave for money. All right, people think you have to grind it out all your life for money, and then you retire and get a gold watch. Like as we all know, like those were the good old days. Those were some good times. I'm sure that still exists, but it's not as prevalent as it was like maybe 10 to 20 years ago. And that's no excuse. You just have to find a way that works for you, so that way you can make money, and that way you could get your gold watch. And if you love what you do, you'll probably never retire. That's the one thing about doing what you hate. If you got a job that you hate, you're going to want to retire. You can't wait till you retire. But if you find something that you love to do, even if you got to tough it out, even if you got to suffer for a little bit, all right, because the Bible talks about suffering, correct? There's no suffering without joy, right? You gotta, if you want to change your body, you got to go through the suffering of working out until you get that chiseled, sculpted body, however you want it to look. It's the same thing with life. So if you want a certain lifestyle and there's no schooling for it, there's no way to get hired for it, it's something that you want to do for yourself or something that you love to do, you're going to have to go through the pain and suffering of having to figure it out, having to start that business, having to not have what you need sometimes when you need it, not being able to do what you want totally, having to have faith in yourself, having to believe in yourself, having to have people look at you crazy and sideways because you're not where you should be and they feel you should be someplace else. But that's neither here nor there when you are money conscious and aware. All right. So a lot of this is just having the consciousness of it. That's how people who have like that's how people can do things without having a degree. That's how people can do things without having the schooling. If you have the consciousness of being something, you're going to study on your own. You're going to learn on your own. You're going to make a way where there's no way. You're going to take the God in you and you're going to use that energy to create a way where there's no way, because that's what God is. God creates a way where there's no way. So if you're not doing things the conventional way, and you know that you could be successful still because you have the consciousness and awareness that you can still have what you want, you're going to find a way to become successful. This is how people in third world countries take some parts and some wires and some broken equipment and make a laptop or make a phone or make a car or do whatever they want. Today they probably got more money than some people in some better places. All right, that's just the perception that certain places tried to paint. All right, so you got to even be careful with that. You might think some people was living third world, but they got bigger mansions and homes, and some of the people where they say it's money at. All right, so it's a lot of perceptions that are put out there about everything that has that, like, unless you really know or check out for yourself, your mind could possibly be a little mixed up or misguided on some things. But back to the money, okay? When you can think about money, right? Money is a great thing to focus on, because if you can get it, it will change your life and make you happy. So the money will make you happy, all right? It's not going to sustain your happiness, but if you're a happy person, and if living in a nice warm place makes you happy, right? If driving a nice car makes you happy, if being able to look good, feel good, smell good makes you happy, and if money is a way to make that happen, then last time I checked, when money made me happy whenever I got some. So it's really up to the individual. Like, how are they going to say money can't buy happiness? I mean, of course it's not going to buy happiness, but it will give you happiness. All right, it'll help you find the happiness that's already within you, because you're going to be able to do some things that you enjoy. Like they have all these stupid sayings. Money can't buy happiness. Doesn't grow on trees. There, it's true in a sense, but it's also false in a sense, because if you don't have what you need and somebody blesses you with some money, you tell me you're not going to be happy, I'm going to call you a liar, and I'm going to say the truth ain't in you. All right, if you were sitting on a cold, hard concrete slab, shivering in the middle of December, and somebody walked up on you with 10 racks, tell me you wouldn't be happy. Of course you would. Don't lie to me now. All right, so it's all about your perception, how you look at the money, how you use the money, how you think about money. All right, if you serve money, it won't make you happy. If you let money serve you, it will make you happy, because it will serve a purpose in your life for your purpose in your life. And you'll probably more than likely be using it to better yourself. So that way you can get in a better position. So that way you'll have a better life. And that way you can help some other people get in a better position as well. That's what good people do with money. All right, they get money. That's why you have philanthropists out there. That's why you have people who help people once they get it, because it's like they want to share the wealth. They want to spread the wealth. They feel that they have an obligation to spread that feeling that they have. And it's really not necessarily the money that they're spreading, it's the joy of just of life, you know. And people say money can't buy happiness, but look at all the people who are that B word, that BROKE. Look at all the people who is broke. All right, are they happy? Some of them, yes. All right, but would they probably be happier if they could do some things that they wanted to do? Yes, they could. All right, but see, here's the thing: when a person is broke, when they're broke, they're not going to be happy, because that person is broke physically and that person is broke spiritually. That's why you have people who are broke and can be happy, because that person is not broke. That person is rich. If somebody doesn't have any physical money and they're still happy, that person is rich. They're just not, they may not be rich with the physical dollars, but they're rich on a spiritual sense. And then, that's why people who have less can still be happier than people who have money, because that person may have a lot of money, they may be rich, and that's the only way that money cannot buy happiness. Because if you're spiritually not happy, or if you have no joy in life, if you have a lot of money, you're just going to be a Ebenezer Scrooge. He had all that money and could swim in coins and all that fly stuff and jump in a pile of money and make a money angel. All right, shout out to the money angels now. All right, we ain't stunting on them. All right, so shout out to my financial angels and yours too. But the thing is, if you're unhappy, if you're unhappy and not content inside with yourself, that money is only going to amplify that. And money makes you more of what you are, even down to not being happy. You'll have all these things, buy all these things, but you'll still feel like a piece of crap inside. You're not going to feel good about who you are inside. If you hate yourself, a whole bunch of money is only going to make you realize that you hate yourself even more, because once you have these things, you buy these things, you acquire these things, you test them out, you use them, you enjoy them. It's going to be like ah, ah. It's like you're happy for 5 minutes, 20 minutes. All right. It's like spending your whole check on a pair of shoes. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like spending your whole check on a pair of shoes. You get those $350 Jordans, you got $20 left in your pocket just to go out and make it to the club. And you go to the club, your shoes are all jacked up, you come back and you ain't happy no more, because you were only happy when you had new shoes. And on top of that, once they start to get old, once the value starts to decrease as soon as you put them on, your happiness is going to start to decrease, because you use that to try to make you happy. You didn't have real happiness on the inside. You have to have happiness on the inside, no matter how much money you have or don't have, in order to be happy. All right. So when you are a happy person, money is only going to amplify that. So yes, there are people without money that are feeling it and happy and can smile and are probably more happier than some people with it, because they got that. It's just a different polarity. All right, it's like an opposite polarity kind of thing, if that's what you want to call it. Um, the person who's broke is rich in spirit. The person who's rich is broke in spirit, with a broken spirit. So it really depends on your mindset, how you look at money, how you view things, how you view life. All right. If you're happy, the more money you get, the more happier you're going to be. If you're already a miserable, broke spirited, unhappy, miserable person, the money is only going to make you more of that, because you're going to think that it's going to cure your pain, your hurt, your jealousy, your envy for other folks, and how you feel about yourself. But it's not going to fix that. It's not going to make that better. It's not going to make you better. If anything, it's going to make you bitter. You're going to have all this money and it's still not going to make you happy. And then you're going to see people with less than you, and it's going to boggle your mind. How can they be happier than me? I'm driving a Aston Martin. How can they be happier than me? I just had a 5-star meal in a $1 million home. It's because that person is rich in spirit and your spirit is broke. Your spirit is just how you think they're broke. They're looking at you like, yo, that person got a broke spirit. Why does this person keep acting funny every time they come around me? And this person got a lifestyle that most people could only dream of. What people don't realize is, when you're happy, you have a lifestyle that people could only dream of, because you're still rich. Those are riches, okay? Those are riches. The joy of the Lord is your strength. You're rich in God. You're rich in good, all right? But yo, money is a great thing to focus on, because if you can get it, it will change your life and make you happy. But you have to work on yourself first. And this is why I'm always talking about self improvement, because self improvement and success go hand in hand. Number one, you have to improve yourself to become successful. All right. And number two, once you become successful, if you didn't improve yourself all the way or work on certain things that you needed to work on, you're going to be miserable, regardless of how successful you are. All right. So you can't have one without the other. It's like a hand in a glove. All right, it's like two hands shaking. They go hand in hand. Okay. But yo, but still, it doesn't take away anything from money. Money, we ain't talking about you. Don't you run away. Don't you run away from me. All right, money, don't you run away from me. Money. All right, money is a great thing to focus on. All right. When you can put your mind on something positive, on something good that makes you feel good, all right, you can create a money feeling, even when it's not in your bank account, even when it's not in your sock, even when it's not in your pillowcase or your shoe or your bank account. You can create a money feeling, and some money will flow to you, because you're creating wealth in your mind, and you're creating wealth in your spirit. And this is just down to anything. when you get the um when you get the feeling for the things that you want, yo, they're gonna come to you. All right, it's nothing wrong with manifestation. I'm dropping a video about that. All right, I'm not gonna get too into it, but yo, this week I'm dropping some stuff this week, so stay tuned. I got some things coming. All right, God blessed me with some ideas. I see what's going on in these YouTube streets, and I got some ideas for us, man, because I see where some people are confused on some certain things when it comes to their faith and when it comes to, just trying to, acquire what you desire kind of thing. It's like people got the game messed up, and it's like they're trying to be righteous, but they're letting their I can't really get into it in this video, but you'll see. And it's not that they're trying to be righteous, because they're very righteous, but it's just that I see what's missing. All right, God is showing me what's missing. So I'm about to fill in some gaps. Hopefully, hopefully. All right, if God will allow me to do that, I'm about to hit you with the real spill, holy field. All right, and fill in some gaps. Okay. But money is a great thing to focus on. You know, it definitely makes you happy if you're already a happy person, right? If you want to be successful, if you want to have more of it, if you want to become rich, because that's why you're here. The greatest way you could serve humanity, if that's what you feel your purpose is to become rich, because you can't do it with words all the time for every reason, and you can't do it as a broke person. You can motivate people all you want, but there's some people out there that need motivation and they need help. All right, so you could lift people up, but also it would make you even feel better to just not only have words for somebody, but it would make you feel better to have money for them as well. Imagine being able to motivate somebody and uplift them and see that spark in their eye, and then be able to give them something to start something, or just be able to give them a business or something like that. That, as long as you see that person is ready for it and they are able to manage themselves, and they can manage that. Because if you can't manage yourself, if you're failing, your business is going to fail. You cannot have something that's together if you're not together. You have to get yourself together as well as get your finances and everything together. You work on you and get yourself together first, everything will just fall in line. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. And the kingdom of heaven is within. That's why you have to be happy. That's why you have to be joyful. You can't be a miserable, unpleasant, crappy person. All right. That's why you constantly have to continue to work on yourself. That's why I'm always working on myself, because I know sometimes I get unpleasant. I wouldn't want to be around me sometimes all the time. I know how I get. That's why I stay to myself. And that's why I'm always working on myself, because I know me. All right. God knows me and I know me. So it's like, and it really is really bothersome sometimes when you just, you need to stay to yourself. And that's really what I really have issues with, is when I know I'm working on myself. I know I need to stay to myself, and it's like certain things make that a little difficult and a little harder. But we're all work in progress. We're all continuing to work on ourselves and manifest the best version of ourselves, and that's all we can hope for and work towards and become. All right, we could only work towards becoming the greatest version of ourselves each and every day, and taking a step towards that and a strive towards that. All right, and as long as you continue to do that, hey, you're moving in the right direction and you're on the right path. But money is a great thing to focus on. Don't focus on poverty. Don't focus on being broke. Don't focus on what you lack. Don't focus on how much small that check was. All right. Don't focus on the bills coming in the mail. Take care of your bills, but see them as checks. All right. Mel Robbins. All right. I watched a video from Mel Robbins, and she was talking about how she looked at her bills and was like, wow, $1,000 check, a $5,000 check coming in the mail from Mel. Sooner or later, she had checks coming in the mail, because that put a spark in her brain because, like, here's the thing, that put a spark in her brain to make her go do some things to make that $5,000 check come in the mail. And that is the true essence of manifestation. All right. There are some people who have worked their mind up to a level who could be like $5,000 check, and a $5,000 check will appear, y'all. But it's still through the way that I'm about to explain. When you tell yourself that I have $50,000 checks coming in the mail, I have $100,000 checks coming in the mail, and you go to sleep at night, it's going to your mind is basically going to map out a way in your brain for you to carry out acts to put you into position to make yourself able to go out and create a way for that $50,000 check to come to you. And that's really how it works. You tell yourself, I got this amount of money coming to me. I have money flowing to me. money making ideas are coming to me. When you say I have money flowing to me, your brain is going to help you create money making ideas for you to act on, for the money to, for you to be able to create something or do something, or meet up with the right people for you to do something, to have action take place for the money to come into your life. But if you keep saying, oh man, I just got bills coming, that's all deal. They're going to keep piling up on you. And you're going to end up you're just going to end up living paying for bills. This is how you cheat the system. You cheat the system, aka the matrix, by how you control your tongue. All right, yo, what you see is what you get. All right, you're going to have whatever it is you say. You shall have whatever you say. You're going to have whatever you say. All right. So if you say, yo, all I got is bills, all my money goes to rent. I have to just, all my money goes to my kids. All my money goes to helping out mom and dad. All my money goes to clothes. All my money goes to food. Like what God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, I rebuke, I rebuke, I rebuke, I rebuke, I rebuke, I rebuke. But whatever you say, right, you will have whatever you say. So you have to be careful. And I'm not going to say too much on that because I got some things that I'm dropping. I got some things that's popping. So, focus on money. Don't focus on the negative things. All right. Focus on the money. Okay. Focus on money. All right. It's a great thing to focus on. It supercharges you to go read those books. It supercharges you to go start that business. It supercharges you to feel better about yourself, to clean up your home, to make sure your room is clean. Make sure you're getting up those unclean spirits about the crib. All right. And not only unclean spirits as far as like internally and spiritually, but we talking about if you leave a bag of trash in the crib, it's going to be spirits that are attracted to that. It's going to be brokenness that comes along with that. All right, so take that trash out, okay? Immediately take that trash out because it's just going to create a different vibe in your crib. Clean up your desk. All right, your desk is cluttered up. Clean up your desk. Don't leave dirty dishes in the sink. Make sure your bathroom is clean, things like that. All right. That's why they say cleanliness is next to godliness, because there's certain spirits that come along with depression and things that bring you down and things that don't make you happy and stuff like that. So even down to just wiping something up, cleaning something up, making sure something is tidy, you're going to basically just is going to create a vibe in you, create that clean vibe, that feel good vibe, that feel good energy. All right, that's going to make room for money and for wealth and for opportunities, because those things cause mental blocks. When you have things that you don't do, that cluttered desk, that means you have a cluttered mind. That unclean bathroom or whatever, that means your mind somewhere is a block, because it's like, yo, you're not doing certain things, you're putting things to the side, you're not cleaning up, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. You have to do all those things, all right? Because if you want to start a business, or if you want to do something or be something or have something, you're going to have to do a lot anyway. So you might as well start there with what you got. That's being grateful for what you got. It puts you on a plane of gratitude. All right. It puts you on a plane of feel good energy for you to receive the things that you want, for you to bump into that person that could possibly help you. If you have an attitude when you meet them because you're not taking care of things and you're cluttered and you're procrastinating on things. You said you were going to do this 3 days ago. You still didn't do it yet. It's not going to be good for you when you go to meet people, greet people, and try to just go through life and expect certain things to happen for you. So focus on money. It'll change your life. It will make you motivated. All right. Make you inspired. All right. See yourself with money. Feel the right amount of money that you want. See the amount of money that you want, and focus on the amount of money that you want. We're not talking about chump change. Not talking about a 200, 3. We're talking about 3,000. We're talking about 300,000. We're talking about 30,000. All right, we're talking about big money for you to do things that you need to do, for you to get yourself into the right lane, the right avenue, the right path. Okay, the right direction. All right, and these are all good things to allow more good to come into your life. Okay, you want good to come into your life. I know you want to take a vacation. I know you want to buy that beach home. I know you want to get that mansion. I know you want to get those new cars with the Z on the end. Yes, apostrophe Z, cars, more than one. Yes, okay, more than one. However many you want, classic, old school, uh, look like the one that got a horse attached to it. If that's what you so pleases you, you might be that classic. All right, you might be a classic man or a classic lady. You might want a car that look like it's supposed to have a horse attached to it, but they just put a motor in it because we're done with those. All right, you might want a car that look like it got a horse moving it. Horsepower. You got the original horsepower car. You got the first Ford they ever put out on the market. That might be your style. Hey, I'm not hating on you. If that's what if you show you shall, if that's what you want, okay. If that's what you want, you do it. All right. Maybe you want to wear a certain amount of maybe you want to wear some new clothes. Maybe you want maybe you like a certain name brand. Maybe you like what do they call it? Not name brand. Maybe you just like to live a life of lavish and luxury. Hey, God doesn't mind that. Okay, it's all good as long as you don't put the items before Him. As long as you don't make those items God. As long as you don't serve them and you let them serve you, it's all good. All right. All just depends on your point of view. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. It's been another Drutube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. All right. And make sure you get you some money. Make sure you think about some money. Make sure you focus on some money. Peace, love, and light. We out.